eyes, the body is slightly flattened on the sides. Although moray eels are similar to snakes, they are not at all friendly with them. Look at how the snake, in its unusual manner, tries to swallow the moray eel whole. It had already swallowed a third of the moray eel, but something had gone wrong. Apparently, the moray eel turned out to be too long, and the sea snake began to burp it out. This moray eel was lucky. It remained alive, but this one cannot be envied. During a long struggle, inch by inch, a sea snake swallows its prey. After some time, the moray eel disappears in the bottomless mouth of the snake, and this time, it is not going to spit it out. True, if the snake met here with this type of moray, then everything would be the other way around. This is a giant moray eel, the largest species of moray eels. It can grow up to 10 feet in length, and a sea snake is only a little over 3 feet long. But even such a giant moray eel prefers to avoid open water and usually hides in shelters at a depth of no more than 160 feet. The weight reaches 70 pounds. The laterally compressed body that is covered with mucus provides easy penetration of moray eels into caves and other natural shelters and helps protect against mechanical damages and water parasites. The head, along with the entire upper body and the fins, is a yellow-brown in color and is heavily strewn with various sizes of dark spots. So the body and the color of moray eels strongly resembles that of leopards. Such huge moray eels hunt alone and only at night. And these giant creatures even mess with sharks. And here is an amazing video of such an attack. The moray eel ambushed the shark and tightly clutched its tail. The shark, of course, made attempts to break free, but all in vain. Then the moray eel makes a tricky move. To prevent the shark from escaping, it pinches it with rotation, and from the tail to the shark's head, it slowly begins to swallow it whole. Just imagine for a second that there is a monster in the sea that can actually swallow a shark whole. Of course, the shark is small, but still, facts are facts. The shark, of course, is a real fighter and fights for its life to the end. It manages to get out and is slightly dumbfounded and swam away. And in this video, it's the other way around. The moray eel is resting without harming anyone in the recess at the bottom, and then out of nowhere, a shark appeared and attacked it. Just then, the moray eel did not want to give up and bit the shark several times. But because of the shark's clear superiority in size, it could not win this fight and was eventually eaten. A moray eel eats almost any large or small fish, as well as representatives of the family of crustaceans and cephalopods. It easily swallows small fish whole, but larger prey is driven into crevices in reefs and torn into pieces there. And here is a vivid example of this. The moray eel is attacking an octopus and begins to bite it and tear it to pieces. The fate of such an octopus is sad, but such is nature. However, we all know that the octopus can secrete a caustic ink liquid for self-defense. Watch how this moray eel begins to tear this octopus again. However, he is not timid and releases the same liquid, which has a paralyzing effect on the olfactory organs of the predator. The moray eel, having experienced its effects, loses its sense of smell for more than an hour. And for example, a fish, such as a tetraodon, learned how to scare away predators. Moray eels, as always, waits for an ambush. The tetraodon inadvertently swam too close, and the moray eel attacks. Fish caught in the treacherous jaws of a predator. But look what happens. The pufferfish swells, increasing its size by 2 times. Moray eels make vain attempts to clutch, but its mouth cannot stretch so much, and the fish calmly swims away. To deal with prey, moray eels are helped by 2 pairs of jaws equipped with huge and sharp teeth. The first pair of jaws is the main one, and it is located like all other fish, but the second one is in the pharynx and is called the pharyngeal jaw. When the moray eel is to hunt, the pharyngeal jaw is deep, but when approaching the prey, it immediately extends close to the main one, creating a double trap for the victim. The main function of the hind jaws is to chomp food and push it into the esophagus. Eyewitnesses filmed an amazing event in shallow water. At first, they saw the squid and were surprised why it was near the coast, but soon everything became clear. The squid was just looking for salvation from the bloodthirsty moray eels that haunted him. But nevertheless, it was overtaken, and they began to tear and nibble on the tentacles. Then the second predator sailed. Of course, it was very bad for the poor squid, but such is nature. Someone is the predator and someone else is the prey. And in this video, 2 moray eels mated to death. One of them is slightly larger and more powerful than its opponent, and this apparently served as the reason for its victory. Just look, it bit the opponent in half. But the second moray eel fights to the last and bites behind the head of their offender. But the forces leave her body. The battle is lost. The interaction of moray eels with the other predator inhabitants of the underwater world is also very interesting. For example, such as Sebastus. Usually each of them goes hunting alone. Moray eels prefer to attack at night from an ambush, and Sebast in the daytime on open water taking refuge in corals. However, some moray eels living in the Red Sea go hunting in the afternoon, and even pair with Sebast, who usually initiates this hunt. This happens when the prey is too far away or takes refuge next to the moray eel shelter. First, the perch swims to the moray eel, and if it sees the head of the mistress outward, it leads its head to the sides in front of her nose. This is a kind of invitation to a joint hunt. If the predator agrees, Sebast accompanies her to the victim and shakes her head indicating the direction. The moray eel is not difficult to slip inside and catch it. Then the moray eel gives food to its companion. Here is such an amazing fish from the eel family, and its apprentice fully reflects its character. This is a real predator, aggressive and very dexterous, dodgy, which, thanks to its serpentine body,